Y'all ready, kids?
I said it before and I'll say it again.
The whole thing is ridiculous.
You've just tuned in to the greatest radio show on earth. You're listening to the Mixed Talk Radio with Andres T. Your home for news, sports, hot topics, and more. And now the host of the show, Andres T.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day, whenever you're tuning in. How are you doing? Today, I'm your host, Andres T, and you are listening and watching Chalk Talk, airing on ESPN Radio 101.7 The Team, KQTM FM, and the Mixed Talk Radio on the Mixed Media Network. Yes, sir, the Mixed Talk Radio is all about news, current events, hot topics, sports, and more. So thank you for watching and listening. I am pumped to be here with you today. I hope you're enjoying the videos. You know what? I think it's going great, and thank you for your responses, and everyone emailing. Thank you for giving me a message, sending me a message, and saying that you like it. Thank you, I appreciate it. And if you haven't caught them, no worries. You can catch the videos. Just look it up on the mixedmedianetwork.com. Thank you for again watching and listening to the Mixed Talk Radio. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I always am when I'm here with you. Today's show is going to be awesome, and we're going to kick things off with some hot topics. Yeah, hot topics, and we'll be talking about the new teaser that recently came out for Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. I have something to say about that. And also on the show, special guests in studio from Choyse Music Group, and they will be here in studio to talk about some hip-hop and how this group is making a positive difference in the Albuquerque community. And so great show lined up for you today. Combat Sports Update, we'll pick it up next week. Sal's busy, and so... and there's more good, cool stuff happening the upcoming week. So definitely we'll pick it up next show, the Combat Sports Update, brought to you by McKernan Sports and Entertainment. So don't forget, you can tune in, listen online around the world 24/7 by logging on to our website at themixedmedianetwork.com. Okay, so you can catch the show every Saturday morning on 7 a.m. on the radio dial, 101.7 The Team, KQTM FM, Albuquerque, Rio Rancho. And the Mixed Talk Radio is on demand, like I said before, on iTunes and on the mixedmedianetwork.com. So www.themixedmedianetwork.com. And so, like I always say, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know hit me up with an email, themixedtalkradio@gmail.com, themixedtalkradio@gmail.com, and like the Mixed Talk Radio with Andres T on Facebook, as well as like the Mixed Media Network. I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/AndresT23. So I'll follow you right back and provide you with the latest and greatest tweets, and you can access on-demand content from Twitter as well. All right, moving on. Let's talk some hot topics. And today's hot topic is what I find quite funny, and I'm sure you do too. Yes. We're going to talk about the newest teaser that came out for Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. If you haven't seen or heard it, here it is.
I didn't expect you to seem so... you?
We're the same temperature now.
You and me are the same temperature now. Oh, God, that's hilarious. I'm sorry. That's probably the cheesiest series ever. The script is lamer than watching grass grow. It's nuts how people just eat up the Twilight stuff. They eat it up. And whatever, you Twilight junkies, this is lame. And I think the Hunger Games will probably overshadow the Twilight, which is less than mediocre vampire series. I'm glad it is. Hopefully. All right, let's move on to our next thing. I'm excited to be here with you all today because I have a great, fantastic show for you today, and I have special guests in the studio to talk some hip-hop and how this is making a positive movement in the Albuquerque community. I have Choyse Music Group head honcho, head engineer Rick Vigil in studio. How you doing, Rick?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Glad to be here. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Also, I have David Alderete, who is also an engineer, artist, and works with some of the programs at Choyse Music Group. How you doing, David?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And Keyana Wilson, who's an artist and a leader of the Right Choyse Movement. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yes, absolutely. So I'm excited, and Rick, you're the guy kind of running the show in this Choyse Music Group, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. But where are y'all originally from? Where anybody want to start? Rick?
Sure. Born in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, been here since I was 4 years old, so I don't ever claim that.
You're a native.
Yeah,
You're already a native.
Yeah, I'm here, man. But I've been in Albuquerque since I was a little kid.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right, that sounds good. David, what about you? Where are you originally from? What are you from here? You native?
Born and raised Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
So been here my whole life.
Okay. Where'd you go to high school?
West Mesa. Went to West Mesa, Truman.
Okay.
Grew up on the west side.
All right. And Keyana, what about you?
Same here from Albuquerque. Moved back and forth from here to Dallas. So
Okay.
back here. Been here since I was like, I could remember. So
Okay.
just
Sorry.
a little
So,
skippy.
so do you have family out in Dallas? Is that why you're
Yes.
back and forth? Oh, okay.
Yes,
So, but everybody obviously comes here for a reason. Everybody just, it's funny because you may be from out of town or you have family out of town, but a lot of people end up here.
Because it rocks here.
I think it's the chili.
Yeah, you got that right. All right, let's get down and talk about Choice Music Group. What exactly is Choice Music Group? I'm sure we've all seen it on Facebook, heard about it. Explain it.
Yeah, Choice Music Group is, to put it in a nutshell, we have a studio,
Okay.
but it's more than just a recording studio. We, I guess we develop artists,
Okay.
which is rare nowadays.
Yeah.
And so I call it group because we don't just offer recording services. We offer artist development. We teach sound design. We teach a whole bunch of things that incorporate taking somebody from being just interested in just recording, and we develop them into an overall being able to have a career in music. And kind of, if they're serious about it, we kind of help point them towards the path of an actual artist and management, booking, all that type of stuff that comes along with
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
How long has this been around?
For about 2 years now.
Okay, wow. And is this your brainchild? Is this something that you came up with?
Yeah, I was just me. Keyana was around early on as the Right Choice Movement started to come around and stuff. But yeah, it was just me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what is your experience in music, and I guess how did you utilize that to come up with this?
Well, I've been in music my whole life since I was a kid. In middle school, band and stuff like that. I remember the first instrument I ever played. I don't know why I'm going to say this on air, but was the flute.
Really? I played the recorder. That was my first instrument. So.
Might have been the spoons, man, or something. But ever since I was a little kid, I was banging around on something and playing something. So, it started there on all through high school in band and stuff, and then in local church, I picked up bass and. That was my baby, and then guitar and keyboard. It just really developed, and and then growing up in the culture I grew up in, hip hop was just really huge, and so it was a part of everything I did. And when I got old enough, now, and I grew up a little bit, I said, I really want to take this on seriously and as a career, and through it, my passion to help young people and stuff, because of the background that I have. It really started to develop in a whole bunch of different areas.
No, okay. Yeah. So basically, it was just in your blood. It was your calling,
pretty much
to do it.
Yeah.
Now, I do understand that this is a music mentorship program, as you mentioned before. Talk about some of the ways, David, that this program helps individuals.
Well, what we try to target is young kids, or not necessarily young kids, but adolescents who have problems in certain areas in their lives that need a direction that can focus on music. As we all know, music is a outlet for anybody. You could focus on music and take out your energy instead of going with your friends down the block and causing trouble. You could go and do something music, and it helps out. So we try to focus that energy into something positive, and what it does is from our background, we mentor them because we've been down the same roads. So we're able to mentor and kind of focus on keeping them out of trouble and bringing up their it doesn't necessarily have to be a rapper, singer, anything music. They want to learn how to engineer or play piano.
Just all the different types of components that goes into music.
And we just mentor them into being a musician more. That's what we are. Before we're artists and rappers and singers, we're musicians. And we're not making a song, we're making a symphony. We put something together all from scratch and we build it up. So we try to teach them and instill that into them to learn real young how to focus, so they don't have to make bad mistakes or decisions that we've made when we grew up.
Okay, what's your background, if you don't mind me asking, in music? As music, obviously you're an artist. How long have you been doing that?
Same thing. I was born into music.
Okay.
My first thing I learned to play was piano, and I've stuck with it. and I could play piano. I'm really good at playing piano, I guess. I could
Okay.
say. So I stuck with it, and I've never really ventured onto other instruments or nothing, but I've really like making like engineering beats and stuff like that. And playing the piano plays a big part of that. But I've been doing music since ever I can remember. Me and Rick were actually in a band since we grew up, since we were little kids.
Don't talk about that. I'm just kidding.
Oh no. Okay, so you do have an extensive background
Yeah.
in music as well. Now, I see that this program does help at-risk youth make right choices. Keyana, as you being a leader of the Right Choice Movement, how do you approach this? I mean, is this something that is just kind of just I don't know, just kind of just you see a problem and you deal with it, or how does this work?
Well, I'm a product of the Right Choice
Okay.
Movement. Rick helped me when I was started in high school. He taught me how to play piano and just venturing on into doing music, because I had always sang, and since I was a little girl, I could sing, and I was always shy to sing, but I still did it. And he helped me develop my voice and develop how to record and how to use my voice. And with the Right Choice Movement, it just helped so much. And what I learned, I just pass it on to whoever else I'm just put under my wing and help. So I love this program because these kids that come in, they're so lost sometimes, and they have this mentality of they have to be hard and they have to be thug and this and that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, there's so much more to life than being hard and putting on this front that you're a gangster and that you're this and that. You can be soft and you can still, show people that you're tough. But at the same time, you can have a heart and you can love and you can have something that you can come to, like music. Because that's my getaway, is music. When I'm feeling stressed or whatever, go to music, I start singing, I start writing. So it's just such a great program, and I love being a part of it.
Absolutely. Now, being an artist, how long have you been doing your thing?
I would say going about 2 years now. Yeah, like 2 years now.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely it has impacted your life and in a positive way. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, how many individuals are involved in this that do you have in this
Oh,
group?
man, we're a big family. That now I believe there's 9 of us. We got some background key players, but
Okay.
there's 9 of us that actually help just keep the program running and going. And then we have quite a few members now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
among the different programs, David, I know you were talking about, you mentioned just before the show about this, you help out Risk Youth, obviously that's one of the first programs, but also another program is the Second Chance program. Talk a little bit about that.
Our Second Chance program is for convicted felons who have spent time in prison, who didn't have the opportunities that we're giving out to the youth and made the bad decisions and had to go down that road. I myself I've spent 7.5 years of my life incarcerated. So I understand what it's like to be incarcerated and not to have that second chance when you come out and you don't have the support, you don't have the family that was there for you in the beginning, or the friends, or even the whole structure of your life that you had. It's all gone when you get out. And what we do is we build a structure. We offer you a family. We are your family. We support you. We put just as much effort as we would into a youth, into a grown man, to teach him that humans are humans and everyone deserves a second chance. And without a structure or an outlet, then you go back to the same stuff, and you go back to being incarcerated, or you go back to the life that you had. And we try to give that second chance to anyone who's willing to want it. You have to want it bad enough to grasp it. Same thing with the youth. You have to want it before you could actually grasp it, but we're there to offer it. And we do that for we're trying to help out not just youth, or not necessarily just felons, but we're trying to help out our culture. It's the whole culture of New Mexico that is stuck in.
It's basically a community collaborative is what you're doing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And so you're just basically just trying to everybody work together, kind of.
Yes.
That's like for the greater good of everybody, kind of thing.
And what we've learned is that music is such a powerful tool. There's such if I know that if I would have had the proper outlet, I've always played somewhere. I've always had this, but I never had a real structure. If I would have had a structure and somebody saying, listen, you need a little bit of discipline. You need a little bit of work ethic, because these are the things we teach as well. It's part of the program. It's discipline, self-control, work ethic. These things that you don't really pick up in school, and sometimes, the way I grew up, you don't really get that. And so we try to instill that. And I guess we're really trying to target a real broad spectrum of our culture and how we can. That's why you see us working with kids. That's why you see us working with youth. And now we're incorporating David's program, and that's why we're making it so big. We really just want to make an impact, man, make a difference.
Now, expanding on that, you actually will be kicking off a program for the youngsters called the Tiny Toons Club.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, it's just another branch of the Right Choice Movement. It's for little kids, and we teach music production, I guess. They can record vocal lessons, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
I saw the little YouTube video about it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And what's funny is that was actually another artist's song, and I let that little guy record on it. And then one of the artists came in and he was like, "Oh man, he did better than me." I was like, "Hey, sorry, man." But yeah, it's gonna be really cool, man. We're kicking it off in April, and I guess Little League, stuff like that, T-ball. That's what it is for musically. As a kid, I loved playing baseball, loved playing football, but music was my thing, and I've always wanted to make noise, and I know there's a lot of kids like that, so we're
you got it,
filling the gap.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Now, coming back to being tough and gangster and things like that, I know a lot of people think that the hip hop culture out there is all negative. It's all hardcore gangster. Nobody cares about it's all about drugs, violence, and this, that, and the other, and wanting to live a horrible lifestyle. But really, that's not true. Talk about why this is not true.
Not true, because I'm in it now, and so I'm a product of I am a product of what you would say hip hop is definitely the opposite of that. I think it's more people pick up things, media. You know how the media is so bad nowadays.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what you see on the hip hop community, culture has always said, smoking weed in a video, or just as it's progressed, even back when like NWA and stuff was around, it kind of just had this stigma on it, and so I grew up thinking
that's what it was.
Oh, that's dope. You know what I mean? And then you get a little bit older and you're like, oh wait, I'm a grown man now. It's not cool to wear my pants to my knees and walk around with a blunt in my hand. And you know what I'm saying? There's things
absolutely.
that you realize, like, oh, okay, I can't really hold a job down that way, and I can't really. And so it's teaching you some things, but it's not teaching you the things of. You don't think ahead of time, futuristic wise. Okay, I'm going to be 30 years old one day. I'll be 35 years old one day, and where am I going to be at in life? What kind of job am I going to be holding down? And for some people, man, they can get stuck for so long, tied up in that culture. That's my personal view of it. I don't know, you guys.
Yeah, there's more to it than just the drugs and everything that is portrayed in hip hop. Sometimes it's more to it. There could be so much positive that comes from hip hop. And we bring that positive message in our hip hop that we do, because it's not about the money and the girls and this and the fame. It's not about that. There's another way. There's another light to it. So that's the message that we bring.
And then when we were growing up, hip hop wasn't what it is now. It's not some video shoot. That wasn't hip hop. Hip hop was a way of life. It was breakdancing. It was record scratching. It was graffiti. It was art. It was all that stuff. And the art, I can't say the artist. It's probably everything. Everything together. The videos. Everything
it's like
together.
A lifestyle.
They turned it into the glamorization of drinking, girls, and drugs. And that's not what it is.
And I think what I have the most hard time with is it's almost like, record companies back in the day would take somebody, and I heard this saying, they would take a tree and they were able to turn it into a beautiful table.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's none of that no more. So they're taking just young people who, instead of help working them to and developing them into an artist, you have these young people who are just mind frames already set at a certain point, and they're just mass producing that now. So there's no change. There's nothing fresh. There's nothing. So it's just staying stuck in
It's
this.
all commercial.
Yeah, and it seems like though, like a lot of it's targeting anywhere from the ages of 13 to 18 years old, and all you see videos and they're partying. This giant party at the house, and everybody's getting drunk.
It's the same thing every single time.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
One thing I gotta say is really interesting is a lot of the older generation don't like hip hop. They don't like the idea of this. But you know what? It's interesting because hip hop is probably the closest thing. Well, it really is poetry, and but these older generations could be like, "Oh, poetry, yeah, I love poetry. That is the real. That's the real." And hip hop is more poetic than any other music style out there.
Yeah, right. Big time.
So that's just something that just interests me. I mean, I love hip hop. I love the way people express themselves. I mean, that's all it is.
And if people would actually take the time to maybe not be so narrow-minded, I'll call it that, they would actually see that, there's some really smart, talented, high IQ kids out there that are involved in hip hop. They just need a little bit of direction. Because it's not the culture. It's not bad. Hip hop is not bad.
No.
They just need the proper outlet to express themselves a little bit differently. And again, we're not like big giant grandpa and grandma program. Like, we're trying to turn it around to be. What we're really just saying is like, man, there's certain choices can be made the right way. Not everybody has to drink all the time. Not everybody has to do drugs all the time. Music, you can do music, and you can do it at a professional level. Most of the time, what you see on TV anyway is just for glamour. It's for look because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, I guess to say.
Well, you got to keep every time. You got to one up yourself. You got to one up yourself.
Exactly.
And it's like in reality, you think about it. You're like, okay, when are they gonna hit the ceiling?
Yeah.
When's enough gonna be enough, and when's this not gonna be enough?
Exactly. And if you would realize, most of the guys that you see on TV, their work ethic is second to none. They're just putting on. They're in character for you, and they're selling it, and you're buying it. But realistically, they're working their butts off at the studio. They're not getting no sleep. They're working hard. They're not real. They might have a party here or two, but their lifestyle is not that. So your lifestyle doesn't have to be that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely, man. Now, what are some of your influences? Everyone has an influence.
Yeah.
In their lives, but who are some? Of your influences?
Big one right off the back. Don't make fun of me. My mom, man. I grew up with I have a dad now. My dad came into my life when I was 12 years old, but single mother, welfare, and just a backbone. And she's been the one just stuck by my side, man, this whole time. And then my wife, I have 3 boys, and my wife, man, is been right there by my side. And big influences. As a matter of fact, Keyana's dad is a really huge influence. His name is Charles, man, and he's just been since I was a kid. He was one of the guys. He taught me bass as a youth, and so throughout that whole time, just one of the older guys getting me under his wing and saying, "Man, settle down, knucklehead,"
Yeah.
And so those are a couple of mine.
David?
I would have to say my kids, my wife. That's what keeps me going. That's what I've lived a really bad lifestyle for such a period of my life that I don't want to go back to that. When you walk away from your kids unwillingly and you see what it does to it, it makes you that much smarter to know that you will not walk away from your family. And that's what influences what I do now. Musically, my influence, I'd say Jay-Z, Kanye West,
okay.
Their work ethic is ridiculous.
Take over the world kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. And what about you, Keyana?
I would have to say my grandmother.
Okay.
Because she's the person who brought music in my life as a child. And my other brother who passed away, he was a big influence in my life too. And he still is now because I'm carrying on what he wanted to do. And just my family, because my whole entire family is musicians. My mom sings. My dad is a musician. So My family definitely is an inspiration to me because I want to carry on the legacy that my brother wanted and that he desired to do. So definitely my family.
All right. It's just everyone seems like they have a common denominator here, and that is your families. And, you know, family is what it's about. And I think a lot of people kind of forget that nowadays, and that's kind of unfortunate, really. Now, is Choice Music Group working on any projects, expanding?
Oh man, we got a
big old smile there. Took a big breath. So go ahead.
I don't think we have enough time here.
Many projects.
I guess in a nutshell, I have a lot of people part of the program, and so again, my job is to develop them as an artist. And so as of right now, I have 5 people this year alone that'll be coming out with projects that we've been working on.
Okay.
A cool guy named Emil Marcus. Richard Johnson, his name is Jamar, Martin, a young guy in high school doing really, really good, man. He goes by Switched. This other guy, Jorge, he goes by Epic. Another young lady named Megan, she's 16. And she goes by just MEG, Meg. But yeah, I mean, there's tons of things. We got, they're all coming out with an album and mixtapes, and then we got David. He's coming out with his first one. This year too, Keyana's is around the corner. We've been working on it for ever. Just kidding.
Yes.
For about 11 months straight. So we really, it's a lot going on.
Now, was there an expansion in the studio or a rebuilt studio?
You know, actually, yeah, we moved. We are on 4200 Lomas now, right between Carlisle and Washington, and it's a new facility. It's close to 1,000 square feet, and yeah.
And this is a fully functional studio.
Fully functional studio. We can record bands. We can do, we can do big piece bands. We can do, we do a lot of voiceover, R&B, hip hop type of stuff. Yeah, it's.
All right.
Yeah,
and is this available to not just the program but to the public as well?
It's available to anybody. Yes.
Okay.
The studio is that's how we're funded by the studio. That's how we're funded. The Right Choyse Movement is funded by people we partner up with, different businesses that we partner up with that sponsor these youths' time in the studio. And in return, we do stuff for the businesses like build radio spots, build commercials, stuff like that, voiceover work, stuff like that. So
absolutely. It sounds fantastic. Well, we're winding down on time, so can you give our listeners and viewers the 411? Where can they find out more info about you guys, Choice Music Group, as well as getting involved?
No problem. You can find us on our website. Excuse me. On our website is www.choicemusicgroup.com. Choice spelled CHOY.
Yeah. Before I did want to. Why did you go with the Y in Choice? What was that about?
That would be a victim of being hip hop culture, man. They always think we're weirdos whenever you smell it. I don't know. It was just a play on words, and I wanted to just change it up.
Okay.
People go choice. What is that? It's some new sauce I'm coming out with, man. Put it on your Chinese food.
It's a Chinese food sauce.
Yeah.
So that's choicemusicgroup.com.
Yeah.
Choice spelt with a Y. And then Facebook. I always see on Facebook.
/Choice Music Group, YouTube channel /Choice Music Group. There's tons of videos, tons of tutorials, you get to see a lot of the kids we work with. You get to see all the program, what we do, t-shirts, CD, all that good stuff. Yeah, and if people want to get involved, please email me, rick@choicemusicgroup.com. Any information you might have. We do shows a lot. I like, because it's an outlet. I got to give these kids an outlet. So we have stuff like, for instance, tonight we have a show at a cage fight.
Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do 15 minutes there and talk a little bit about the program.
Yeah.
Tuesday we'll be at Club Evolution with a couple other guys and just different things that come up. We're constantly trying to give these kids outlets to. So, but yeah, email me. Go to Facebook. Go to the website and tell your friends about us. And that's a good way to get started to.
Absolutely. So there you have it. Get out, check out choicemusicgroup.com, Choice with a Y. I'd like to thank you guys, Rick Vigil, David Alderete, and Keyana Wilson. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much for coming on to the show to talk about something that's positive in our community, because it just seems as time goes on, we all get older, that it's just the community's more negative, and we don't want that. And you are making an impact here in the community, and that is greatly appreciated.
Awesome.
I think that's awesome, and thank you.
We're grateful to be here, man. On behalf of all of us, appreciate you so much. Thank you to the Mix. Big shout out, and we appreciate you guys, and look forward to working with you in the future.
All right, Rick. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Absolutely. All right, I'm at the end of the show today, so I'd like to thank you for tuning in and watching and listening to the Mix Talk Radio. Yes, I hope you had a great time in today's show. I had a fantastic time. Our special guest, Choice Music Group, thank you guys for coming into the studio. Talk about a positive impact. You know, we need that. We need more positive in our community, in our society. Absolutely. So thank you for coming in and giving us the word about what's going on positive in our community. Don't forget, you can tune in, catch every show on demand at your fingertips. www.themixmedianetwork.com. Yes, sir. Get it all on there as well. Watch video from past shows, press conferences, news stuff, all kinds of great things. Great podcasts on the network. So make sure you like it on Facebook as well. www.themixmedianetwork.com. And I'm on Facebook, facebook.com. Yes, sir. Just type in the search bar, The Mix Talk Radio with Alderete, and bam, I'm on there as well. So I am done here today. So thank you. Be safe. Have a great rest of the week, day, weekend, whenever you're listening. God bless, and I will catch you here next time on The Mix Talk Radio. I'm your host, Alderete, here on Truck Talk, airing on ESPN Radio 101.7, the team on The Mix Talk Radio, and I am signing you out from the Mix Media Network.
1 minute to auto-destruct.
Are you the big chief or one of the little Indians?
Tell me your best quality.
Wow, you're shaking things up a bit, huh?
Thanks for tuning into the Mix Talk Radio with your host, Alderete. Download the Mix Talk Radio every Saturday on iTunes.